Assassin's Creed Shadows is a failure. There is no getting around this. There is no disputing this. Game journals are in full damage control. Analysts, Ubisoft, even Hideki Kamiya is trying to shill for the game. Oh, if you're critical of Assassin's Creed Shadows, that means you're a weirdo. It's a complete joke. This game, actually not even the game, the entire franchise was a joke. Its entire run, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. People are seeing through Ubisoft's nonsense and are beginning to realize that alternative history is just a cope to just kind of force woke nonsense onto different cultures and try to gaslight as many people as possible into thinking that history was a lot more progressive than any of us ever imagined. Okay, that is essentially what this all boils down to. Assassin's Creed was always woke propaganda, but this is just basically the straw that broke the camel's back, right? And the game journos are desperately doing everything they can to try and protect their black samurai Yasuke. You know, a completely fictional, made up black samurai that didn't actually go around doing top secret missions for Nobunaga. Okay, like didn't actually happen. Uh, Everybody knows this. Like this should be common knowledge, but this has been they've been trying really hard to act like this was some real thing for the longest time, several years. You know, like I've read Japanese history books that try and sell you on this idea that not like the Yasuke was some black samurai. Like again, nothing but a giant coat. But the thing that interests me about this, Assassin's Creed Shadow is obviously a failure, right? It hasn't been well received. People are only defending it for political reasons. Nobody actually likes playing it. You know, this is a game with lots of really blatantly obvious issues with the combat, gameplay loop, music, voice acting, mechanics, visuals, right? It's just objectively a complete mess, right? And people are only defending it for political reasons, okay? So, with that being said, how exactly are Ubisoft doing what these developers always do and pretending that this game is a massive success? Like, how are they doing this? You know, what method are they using to damage control Assassin's Creed Shadows? Like, oh, it has 60,000 players on PC, right? That was their big go-to cope. Release a statement saying that they had 60,000 concurrent players on Steam. Now, I've talked a lot about how like concurrent players isn't a reliable metric, how you can't really take it seriously, how it doesn't really like mean anything, how it's just like a giant cope for companies to act as if their product is like a way bigger deal than it actually is. But like the thing that interests me about like Assassin's Creed Shadows is that this game very clearly failed. It very clearly did not live up to expectations. It is not going to keep Ubisoft afloat, right? They're just in that weird period now where they have to try and sell as many copies as possible in order to keep themselves relevant, right? This is supposed to be that period of time where Assassin's Creed Shadows is reaching its audience and being played and enjoyed by fans, right? Um, the number to me, I think what's happening is that Ubisoft is utilizing PC gamers who are desperate to be taken seriously by console players. They are desperately trying to gaslight you, like, oh, look at these PC sales. This is the highest selling that Assassin's Creed has ever been on PC. You know, conveniently not telling you that Assassin's Creed wasn't available on PC until like 2018. Like, didn't launch day one on PC until 2018, I should say. They don't tell you that. You know, they don't tell you about like all the different all the different storefronts. Like basically what this means is that because there are so many different ways to play Assassin's Creed Shadows on PC, Ubisoft can be very vague about the sales numbers, right? And they can just say something like 3 million players have played Assassin's Creed Shadows. They can say that and not actually prove it, right? They don't actually have to reveal hard sales numbers on PC. And we've seen a couple of like examples of this in the past couple of years. I think the big one for me is Pow World and Baldur's Gate 3. You know, both of them did this thing where they acted like they were some huge cultural phenomenon. You know, Pow World thought it was like bigger than Pokemon, and Baldur's Gate 3 thought it was like the biggest game of 2023. Like these were supposed to be these huge industry defining, like huge success stories, these true cultural phenomenons, and now they're just gone. Right, like you can look at like Power World right now. You can look at like their official Twitter feed. Like if they really outperformed Pokemon Scarlet, you would be seeing a lot more discussion of Power World online, right? You would be seeing like actual engagement with their Twitter posts. You would be seeing like a lot more support for like the game and like the future of the franchise. And there just isn't, right? All you have to prove Power World's success of 30 million units sold is like some JPEG. 30 billion players. Like it's it's just completely fake, right? They're right now developers are taking advantage of the fact that PC is very easily manipulated when it comes to like the sales charts, when it comes to player engagements, right? You don't have to sell 10 million units in order to tell people that you sold 10 million units, or to like imply. I remember when Baldur's Gate 3 came out and they were trying to tell you that like it sold 34 million units in like a couple of days, okay? Which would make it one of the best selling games of all time. Like these numbers are fake. PC gaming is not as relevant or as big of a deal as they want you to believe, right? They want to keep this system going because it's a convenient way to lie to shareholders about sales numbers and about how much money they're making and how relevant they are, and how like Assassin's Creed Shadows totally isn't a bomb, bro, right? They're gonna do everything they possibly can to avoid talking about the reality of the situation, is that the game has bombed on all major platforms. It will never have a resurgence in popularity. Like the core critical like concept of Assassin's Creed has been rejected, and the company is going to go bankrupt because of it, right? This is, I think, an unprecedented disaster. And right now, we're in this period where gaming journalists and PC gamers are doing everything they can to pretend the game is like some mild success on PC. Like this absolutely has to stop.